everybody. Good afternoon to you. How are you? I guess you guys can figure out it's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Oregon. I've got the front door open, just letting in the fresh breeze, and Booger can cool herself and look outside at all the beautiful scenery outside. So I was all set to do a react to another TikTok beggar, literally like on the verge of starting up my StreamYard. And guess who decided to do another video and post another video? Shantal. So the newest video, I guess, is the part 2 to the part 1, where she mentions a health issue. The first video, she basically did a video saying, I have a health issue, but I don't want to talk about it. So what'd you go ahead and make a video for? That desperate for money and views that you're going to make a video and not talk about something? Yeah. So anyway, she did that. So she made a follow-up video that she just posted where she talks about said health issue. So what is the health issue that we all just have to know about? It's so important that we know about her health issue, even though none of us can do anything about any of her health issues. And honestly, she should be the one to care about her health. We just have to know about it. Miss, I need my privacy. I need my privacy, y'all. Can't keep anything to herself. We got to know about everything. And then she turns around and complains if we talk about the things that she decides to put on YouTube. So, just as I did yesterday, Spicy Rose is going to be out. Yeah, because I don't care. Shantal, I have stuff to do today. I want to do another react to somebody on TikTok, somebody that I'm sure is much more interesting than you, something new. I look forward to the new. I don't look forward to the old and boring. And you've gotten old and boring for me. You know, that's basically your content anymore. Old and boring. But I always look forward to a moment where I can roast you. That's always fun. And I would like to take a moment before I begin the react to say thank you to everyone who came out to my tarot live. You guys always make it fun. We had fun together. And Shantal, if that was you under the name Angela, you're such a big old coward. If you want to come in and say nasty things, just do it as yourself. Stop using all those doggone socks. It's so obvious it's you. Because whenever you come to my channel or other channels, you always go after the same things. Going after a person's appearance or how they live or where they live. There is nothing about me that I'm ashamed of. There's nothing about me that I'm embarrassed by. You can try to throw arrows at me. None of them are going to hit the mark. Okay? None of them. But keep trying. It's always fun to watch you make a fool of yourself. So, why don't we get into all this stuff on Twitter first? And then I can do this react and get it done and show you guys some real interesting content. Courtesy of somebody else that I've seen on TikTok, another TikTok beggar. And by the way, while we're here, just a little note about that. I'm going to be introducing a whole lot of new faces here on my channel. And some of them may stay for a while, some of them for not a long time. But it's simply just a new face, a new kind of video. And you guys can let me know how you feel about them. But if you happen to encounter someone that I've reacted to, you're not really feeling them, it's okay. It's going to be hard to find someone that everybody likes, but variety is a spice of life, and I want to bring the spice. Look at Booger. Booger, what you doing? I know, you're just a pretty girl. She's just climbing on everything. So when we get into the Twitter stuff, and yeah, I do have the door open. You guys are going to hear the outside ambiance, the birds and whatnot. That's okay. Let's get into it. Hold on a minute. Let me go to Twitter and make sure I am where I need to be. Okay, perfect. All right. So there's my Twitter. For those who want to join me on Twitter, it's Wow Girl Sarah. So I've been gathering up some stuff. When I saw the video drop, I'm like, let me just go ahead and go to Twitter and gather up some notes to add to this. Some positive stuff too, like this from Science Girl, parrots having a playtime. Birds love water. It's how they clean themselves. And you can see these parrots are just having a blast underneath the faucet. They're rolling around, they're cleaning their feathers. They're just having a blast. Sometimes life is, it's so simple, but it's so happy. Look at the babies. They're just like rolling around, making, taking a bird bath. That's awesome. Okay, from Alex is shook, saying she had to drag this out over 2 videos. LMAO, businesswoman Lynn vibes. Yeah, this could have been just 1 video, but Chantal is desperate for content. She's desperate for views. Every little bit helps. So she's going to clickbait people and sad fish people, and instead of putting out 1 video, put out 2. Yeah, we see you, Chantal. We really, really see you. D. Angry Scott says, I see. All that talk of not being ready to disclose a new diagnosis yet was actually just Foodie Beauty teasing out her own ailment health for views on YouTube. And the beach has the nerve to claim reactors exploit her health. We're not exploiting her health. She exploits her own health. She does. She exploits and she harms her own health. Every time she sits down and she does a mukbang, she is exploiting her own health. She is harming her own health. We reactors, the reaction community, we're not hurting her physically. She's hurting herself physically. But every little thing that's wrong with Chantal, we have to hear about. Even though no one cares, first of all. And number 2, nobody can do a doggone thing for her. And here's the thumbnail. Here's the thumbnail. Look at the thumbnail. Type 2 diabetes is a real blanker. Well, Chantal, if you know that, why aren't you doing something about it? I wouldn't consider mukbangs good for type 2. Judge Judy says, Foodie Beauty, tell us again how your phone ain't got filters. Yeah, so here's a picture that Chantal posted of herself. Hi, guys. Love this picture of me. That is so filtered. That is so not her. And then there's this. So how did this instantly turn into that? Not possible. Just not possible, y'all. Man, give those filters an award. All the work they put in for Foodie. Now, I really don't cover Amberlyn Reed, but this is something interesting from Kelly. Amber caught out in the wild from her last vlog. So I guess this was posted on Reddit. Here is Amber coming out of a Target. Gooserus says, saw on Reddit someone leaked TJ Maxx security camera. So that is Amber, and my goodness, the way she's walking. That looks painful. That looks really painful. Really painful. Two-tailed caperer says, Foodie Beauty. Hi guys, love this picture of me. Yeah, that looks more on point. That's more Chantal, definitely. Vondu Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, if you felt you were beautiful without filters, you wouldn't filter yourself to unrecognizable levels. Stay delusional. There was a comment, I guess, saying, you do not have blue eyes. That's true. She doesn't have blue eyes. Her natural eye color is brown. I've seen pictures of Foodie when she was much younger, like her teen years. Her eyes are chocolate brown. They were nowhere near blue. You do not have long eyelashes. You do not have pearl white teeth. You have 4 chins under the scuba gear, and you do not have a smooth complexion. The picture is a filtered picture of what you truly wish people would see. For a more accurate, true picture of yourself, you can look at the picture that Salah was laughing at of you sleeping as he took the picture. Yeah, that was much more accurate. Here's something cool from Yog. Sometimes all you need is a hug. Even parrots like hugs. These 2 beautiful parrots, they obviously love this man. They're cuddled up next to him. That's precious. And I love this from Failure to Lunch. Let's listen.
health issue. Hey guys, it's Lunchy here, and so I just watched Foodie's latest video and I feel really sad. I mean, she's obviously got like a major health issue, obviously more than one, and I just feel really bad for her. Does anybody have her PO box? Because I'd really love to send her something. I found this gorgeous little tiny violin, and I thought maybe she could use it for arm exercises, or just for when she wants a pity party and no one gives a
Well done, failure. Well done. Although that tiny violin, it's so tiny, how would she hold it in her hand? She's having trouble with her dexterity these days. But it's still a nice gift. Actually, I think she needs a whole fleet of tiny violins playing her little pity song. And why you should have a cat. Look at this baby just having fun. You get their belly rubs, and then you got the sidewards spider walk because they're just scampering about. That's gorgeous. So this third sofa disappeared, and I guess now it's back. I wonder what happened to the third sofa. Cowboy Dog says, anyone else catch the weird AF interaction between in last night's 3 a.m. pool live? At the end, he says, now we will go and shower. What will you do after that, honey? Turns at Shantal and she stutters and says, go to bed, sleep? Like she's super confused by his question. Yeah, that's kind of a weird moment. Yup says, love this comment from Foodie Beauty's latest live. Seem all Foodie Beauty is doing is copying other creators. Jane Fonda says, girl, you are so desperate for a storyline that you copied HFC's tuna sub mukbang 3 days after she did it and copied ALR's I have a new health problem but don't want to talk about it. Yeah. So yeah, Foodie's been busted. Copying Hungry Fat Chick, copying Amber. She can't come up with no original ideas for her own content. Wonder Mom says, I too believe Foodie Beauty is doing this for money, new illness or not. Her swimming did not make money. Her husband did not bring in the money. Her old Thai videos did not. And she's in trouble. Yeah, she's free falling. She's free falling. Tweets of all cats. Chill, bro. It's all yours. Look. Look at the baby. Even kitties like Starbucks. Miss Anthropope Lulu says, ma'am, this filter is ridiculous. Your giant head is the shape of an enormous peanut, and those indentations are ridiculous. Knock it off. We know it's you. Yeah, I've been noticing that too. Like the new filters. What filter is this that it's doing the hourglass shape thing with her face? That is not her face. Her face is round. Very, very round. But what's with the indentations in the face, Foodie? To make your eyes bigger? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go on to the video because, man, I'm already annoyed with it. I'm going to let it out. Don't care. I was all set up to do another react, but any chance to roast you, Foodie, I'm good with that. I'm okay. Y'all ready? All right, let me just put this on. Are we where we need to be? Perfect. All right, let's go.
The pleasure and the pain. If my skin looks like oily, it's because I have a video. So this video is actually...
You know what I'm noticing about this video? Doesn't she normally start out her videos with like promoting Cameo? I wonder what happened that she couldn't promote her Cameo.
Going to be about my previous video. And I'm doing a lemon mukbang. The pleasure and the pain. If my skin looks like...
Shantal, nobody cares. You clickbait people. You want them to rush to your video and watch it. You title the video, New Health Issue Revealed. So you should start out the video talking about the health issue. But you purposely put off talking about it right away. You're trying to drag it out so you get at least a few people going to the first 10 ads before you get to the subject at hand.
Like oily, it's because
Nobody cares about your skin. Nobody cares about the condition of your skin or what products you're using. Just get on with it.
Haven't been moisturizing my face like I should.
Nobody cares.
So I put like I bought a moisturizer. I bought 2 moisturizers from Lush. One I use regularly, the skin.
If you want to do a makeup tutorial or a tutorial about, taking care of skin, go for it. Nobody came here for this. Nobody cares about this. Shut up. Get to the issue.
Shangri-La. And if you know Lush, you know that's one of
Stop running up the meter.
the best ones. For sure. So I haven't really been using it. Like I go through bouts where I just don't care about my skincare routine. So now I care. And I know that sounds so weird. If you're not inside my head, you probably will not.
You're babbling about nothing. You're babbling about nothing. We are at 1 minute in. She hasn't even begun to talk about what the issue is. She's doing it on purpose. She's hoping she can get some people watching the first 5 minutes of her video, and then YouTube puts 10 ads within that 5 minutes. It's about stretching out the video to get people to watch as much as possible.
Never get it. I'm trying my best to make you guys understand, but so I use this other moisturizer.
Nobody cares. Put that away. You're mixing subjects together that nobody cares about. Get on with it.
Peace, because it has cocoa butter, almond, and aloe, and I don't know. I just like I find
what does that any of this have to do with her health issue? Is it related? Is it tied together in some way? No. Nobody gives a fuck, Shantal. Shut up talking about your skin and your skincare routine. Nobody asked you. Nobody would take your advice anyway. You don't take care of your body. You don't take care of your skin. You don't even take a shower. Nobody gives a shit. No one cares. Literally no one cares. Anybody with half a brain would know you take care of your body, your skin will reflect that. Your skin will reflect your inner health. And since you have none, your skin is crap. And no amount of products from Lush are going to fix that.
A bit too heavy and not greasy, but just heavy, that cocoa butter heaviness to use as like an everyday moisturizer. So I actually use it as a moisturizing mask, so I don't really waste it. Like a kind of an overnight mask, or just a mask when I'm not going to be putting on makeup and I'm just going to be staying at home.
She's so boring. You know what? Let me just take a minute. Okay, there's no comments. Let's go.
So yeah. Now, yesterday I did a video where I said I had a new health problem. And I didn't really want to talk about what it was.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it in the first video. I just wanted to make a video to throw up on YouTube to make money because I'm desperate for money. No, I'm going to act like I'm going to talk about it and get whatever Google AdSense I can off of it and save whatever the information is for the second video so I can make money twice.
There's just some times where I feel like more vulnerable and like I don't want to talk about.
Well, then don't turn your camera on, stupid. Don't make a video. If you're feeling vulnerable and you don't want to talk about something, this is so simple. Just don't talk about it. Don't make a video at all. Keep it to yourself. Do you know how to do that, Shantal? Do you know how to keep things to yourself? Do you know how to keep your mouth shut? We don't need to know about your health issues. We don't need to know about every single fucking thing that's wrong with you. Other people in the world, they have problems. They don't get on YouTube and put themselves on blast. No, that's you, because you seem to think that everybody should know your business. Nobody cares.
Certain personal things. It's not that I'm trying to like clickbait you guys.
But I am. It's not that I'm trying to clickbait you guys, but I do. And so I am. I'm not trying to clickbait you, but I am clickbaiting you. There's no trying involved here. She actually did. She did.
You know, because I did have a new health issue, but I didn't really just want to talk about it. It's not something like, it's something that could potentially be serious.
And by the way, someone on Twitter mentioned this, and it's important that if you have a new health issue, where's any mention of going to the doctor about this said issue? When is the last time you've seen a doctor, Shantal? When is the last time you had a checkup? Or someone saying, this is what's wrong with you? You haven't been to the doctor, so how do you know what's wrong with you? You're not a doctor. You can't diagnose yourself.
But it's not like right now super serious.
How do you know that until you've gone to a doctor? You're not a doctor. You can't do a test on yourself. You don't have any lab equipment in the house. How do you know how serious it is if you haven't gone to see somebody? When is the last time you've been to the doctor there?
As long as I really start taking care of myself. So, and this is the thing, like it's just like, I feel like just health-wise, everything is just crumbling down. And I'm not coming on here, to ask for sympathy. I'm just here to share.
No, you don't want sympathy. You want money. You want money. You want attention. But more importantly, you want money because you need money. You need money badly. And you run out of ideas. You can't come up with any new story arcs, which is your fault because of where you are and who you're with and the situation you put yourself in. You don't have any freedom to come up with wild, outrageous story arcs like you used to. So your money's hurting bad.
My personal experiences in life, good and bad, and regardless of the reception of them, basically. So probably drink a lot of water in between.
Nobody cares.
There's quite a few new people that are watching me now. I see a lot of comments. I'm new here. So in case you, actually a lot of my videos are privated, my old ones, so you can't really go back and see like the health journey from the beginning in a lot of ways. So basically,
for all of those new people who might be newbiesers, that you might wander onto the reaction channels, let me just save you some trouble. Since you don't know Shantal, her health journeys are a joke. She doesn't go on a health journey. She just pretends to get attention or to get herself out of trouble. She's not interested in her health. Someone who was interested in their health and had a problem with food would not be doing severe mukbangs and gaining weight every single day.
I'll just give you like a recap of my health issues.
No one needs to know this. Did anybody ask for a recap or a laundry list of her health issues? Why do we need to know this? Why is this important to the rest of the world? We already know about many things that are wrong with Shantal. Do we need to know all of them every minute of every day? No. Why is she making it known to everybody? We can't do anything.
And then I'll explain what's wrong with me now. So
yeah, so this is so scammy that she put the title "New Health Issue Revealed," so another clickbait title, and then she starts out the video talking about her skincare routine, which has nothing to do with her health issue. Just waiting an extra few minutes to get the video started. We are now at almost 4 minutes. So she's still stretching it out. So scammy Shantal in full effect.
Where do I even start? Actually, I'll just start with like obesity related illnesses. I don't want to get into like my whole health history, but currently the illnesses I have that are related to my morbid obesity.
And there she is, blame shifting. She's blaming her sicknesses and her ailments on her weight. She's saying it's my body's fault. It's the fault of these extra pounds. Well, who caused those extra pounds to be there, Shantal? Who's responsible for that? I believe the person is you. I believe you're in control of your own mouth and your own hands, right? There's no accountability here. You're not holding yourself accountable. And as long as I hear no accountability, I know you're not going to change. I know you're only going to get worse. You're talking about obesity, saying everything's the fault of my obesity, but yet you caused the obesity. You're not suffering from a medical condition where it's literally out of your hands. It's not caused by a thyroid issue. It's caused by you being a food addict and being gluttonous and catering to feeders. So you created the problem, and now you have to deal with the consequences. And you want sympathy for everything that's wrong with you. And those who've been watching you for years, we're not going to give it to you. Because we watched you over the years. We know what you did. You let us watch. You let us witness you sit there and go to town on food. It's impossible to feel sympathy for somebody that sits down and does self-harm content on purpose, and they monetize it. This was not an accident. This was purposeful. There was intention in it. The intention to profit off a problem that you had no business profiting of. Doing everything in your power to attract and make happy a certain set of people on your channel. It's been your entire focus. Men, money, and food. Nothing else in life matters.
So I have sleep apnea, which I've had for years now. I don't even know how many years. I would have to think, and my brain's not braining. So it's been years since I've had that. Had the whole sleep study done, which is horrible, by the way. I don't know. Like when I'm forced to sleep at a certain time,
So she's going to sit here and tell us about every single fucking thing that's wrong with her. Don't care. Really don't care. You know, Shantal, you like to say that the reactors and the reaction community, we're all hateful people. We're not hateful people. There are many wonderful people who are reactors and the reaction community. It's not about being hateful. It's about being fed the fuck up. There's a difference between being straight up, unnecessarily hateful, and just simply fed up. Fed up with somebody lying. Fed up with somebody deceiving you. Fed up with somebody being deceitful, period. Coming up with excuses of why they can't change and why they can't improve. You can reach a point with it all where you just fed the fuck up. And you don't want to hear it anymore. Because it makes no sense. We're not hateful. We're just fed up. We're fed up with you. And we're tired. We are so tired of the lying. For you, it's like some sort of game. You like to lie and then make the video, post the video, and then spend the rest of the night running around on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter looking to see what people say about you, how they reacted. You like to aggravate people. Well, we're tired of being aggravated. We're tired. You're a bad liar. You're a bad YouTuber. You are misusing the platform, abusing it, actually, as well as hurting yourself. You were a trend that rode on the back of another trend. And just like all trends, interest in both trends has gotten to a point where nobody cares. You had your high points, you had your low points, but just like every story, all stories come to an end, don't they?
Work for me. So, yeah, so that was interesting. But I got diagnosed with sleep apnea. How I knew I had sleep apnea, I get asked that a lot, was actually my mother noticed. Um, wow, my eyes look bloodshot. I'm just tired.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm tired. I don't do anything all day, but I'm tired. So go take a nap. Don't do a video. Ms. 100K channel. Be professional for once. Don't do a video until you have a little bit of energy. So tired of hearing her say, I'm tired. What are you tired from? Nothing. You don't do anything. I'm tired. We're tired of you. We're tired of your complaining. We're tired of your lies. How about that for being tired? We're tired.
So some weird noise is going on. I hope they're not too distracting. So I went to a cabin with my family. My grandfather rented a cabin when he came down from Florida, and the whole family stayed there.
This is how lacking in ideas she is. It's always the same. She's she's eating food and talking about food, or talking about her childhood memories. How sad is it, Shantal, that you're a 40-year-old woman and you travel to 3 different places across the world? You travel to Thailand, you travel to Cuba, and now you're in Kuwait, and you've got nothing interesting to say. To the point where you talk nonstop about your things from your childhood, because there's nothing going on in your adulthood that you can make into conversation. There's nothing going on with you. It's always about your childhood, your childhood, your childhood. I bet you want to go back to your childhood. Well, guess what? You're 40 years old. You cannot rewind the clock. Nobody can. There's nothing going on in your adult life. You got nothing to say. So you're always talking about things from your past, because there might be something of interest there, although from everything I've heard, it's not that interesting either. But you're the one with a 100K channel. You can't go online and do searches on Google about things to talk about, things going on in the world, events, nothing. You long to be a child again. You're not a child. You're a 40-year-old woman who wishes to be a child. And I've noticed something, y'all. See if you notice it too. I notice that every time that Shantal gets with a man, her personality changes, even down to the way she speaks. And I don't know what's going on with her and Salah. Shantal has said that she's got daddy issues. I believe that. I believe her. She's got abandonment issues. But in my honest opinion, I think Shantal has unspoken daddy issues. Big time. And she is looking for a man to do things that might resemble what a father would do. Like, she wants a father's love. But the thing is, only a father can give a father's love. No boyfriend, no husband can step into the shoes of a father. Like, their love is different. But trying to treat a stranger and put them in a position of act like my dad, she even kind of mentally tries to go there. like talking like a little kid, acting like a little kid. It's like she almost regresses in a way when she's doing her content. I don't know if she's doing that to be emotionally manipulative by talking like a younger person would, almost childlike, so that Salah can't get mad at her, or if mentally she actually regresses back to that time. I don't know. Like, only a doctor would know that. But she's acting more like a kid with Salah, and she didn't do that with Natter. She didn't do that with Pete's. She didn't do that with BB. She's not moving forward with Salah. She's actually going backward in a lot of ways. Weird.
Years ago, you know, maybe in 2000, maybe in like 2018, 2017, 2018. I just like, I was always tired because I wasn't getting good sleep. And I would wake up. One indicator was I'd wake up with pounding headaches. I would wake up in the night, just like choking, and I wouldn't know why. And then one time I fell asleep on the sofa, like sitting up, even with my mom was there, and she's like, you know, cutie, you're like, you know, you need to get like sleep apnea assessment because you're like keep waking up and like gasping.
You don't even care about your sleep apnea. You got a whole list of health problems. You don't care about a single one of them. You recently told us that you've got medication for your diabetes. You're not even taking that. When you were on Ozempic, you stopped taking that because it stopped you from having B moments. Now, I had a roommate that suffered from sleep apnea. So I learned a few things about it. I know that you have to keep the machine itself clean. Has to stay clean because that's what you're breathing in during your sleep. It basically puts oxygen into your lungs. And I've also heard that with a CPAP machine, you have to take it in regularly, like every so often, to get it recalibrated. When's the last time you've done that with your CPAP, Shantal? So is that CPAP that you have, if you're using it, is it being kept clean? And when's the last time it's been calibrated? Because it's not been calibrated right. It may not be working properly, and it's not going to do you much good.
For air. So until I had my sleep study, I would sleep like propped up on the couch in my apartment. And yeah, it was not fun. So finally, when I had my CPAP machine, it was like, oh, it was like a relief, you know. I could sleep well, and I've had it since. So I have sleep apnea, and if you don't get that rectified, it's very dangerous. It increases your blood pressure, and
so does tons of salt and sugar and carbs. The fact that you're still here, Shantal, it's a miracle. You beat up on your body daily with those mukbangs. You'll eat really huge meals, and then you go to sleep, not understanding and not realizing that you could have a medical event while you sleep. You think you can eat 1 million carbs and sugar and go to bed, and if you go to sleep, that negates that? No, it doesn't. Your blood pressure go up while you sleep. Your blood sugar can go up while you sleep. You could DIE in your sleep and not even know it. You know?
Yeah, it's not, you have to get it treated eventually, because it can lead to like heart problems and sometimes death if I'm left untreated. So then a few years ago, I also had pulmonary embolisms, which I've had twice.
Blood clots in the lungs.
First time, I just noticed a lot of chest pain, and like that went into my back and like in the lung area. So, and I was like so short of breath.
You know what this is, y'all? You know what this is? Not too long ago, Shantal ran her mouth, and she claimed that she had agoraphobia, which she doesn't have. She also made some xenophobic comments about, I walked into Walmart and it smelled like made in China. So she got called out for those comments. And just in true Shantal fashion, when she gets in trouble, she'll come on all puppy dog-eyed and woe is me. Let me talk about my health problems. You know, pivoting away from the corner that she put herself in where she is in trouble. Let's move over to another corner, the sympathy corner. Make everybody forget about what she said and how she said it. It's deflection and distraction. So the Beezers won't get mad at her. That's all this is. That's the only time she really talks about her health problems like this.
So short of breath, more than usual. I couldn't even, and it's just like, couldn't do anything without, well, like walking a few steps, I would be so out of breath, and more than usual. So I went to the hospital, and they did a blood test and found, like, it's called a D-dimer test, and they found that I did have blood clots, and they did a CT scan, and they found I did have blood clots. I had some pulmonary embolism in my lung, so they put me on warfarin, Coumadin, and which is for people who are overweight the most effective option. But I had to get regular blood tests.
And by the way, her listing off every single thing that's wrong with her, this is another way to make the video long enough to monetize. I mean, look at the title of the video. The title of the video says New Health Issue Revealed, meaning one issue, one thing. People were coming up to hear one thing. And she's purposely going through the laundry list of things that are wrong with her to make the video long enough to monetize. We're not here to talk about or hear about her past issues that we already know about. How do they relate to the new issue? They don't. She just needs something to talk about, a deflection point. Nobody cares about your past issues, Shantal. You discuss them, we discuss them. You're putting everything on the table again because you got nothing else. What is a new issue? Get to it. We're at 8 minutes right now. What's the new issue? Stop fucking around and telling us about things in your past. We don't care.
INR tests, which were a pain until I bought my own machine. But before that, I had to go to the lab. Like, I think it was like I don't remember, every week maybe. And so I asked to be put on another medication. So they put me on another medication at my request. And they did warn me about the potential issues, but they thought there would be a chance it would be okay. Because there's a risk of, if you're put on a medication, like a certain like for people over a certain weight, mostly only Coumadin will work. So they put me on a different one where I wouldn't have to have the test done anymore. But the pulmonary embolism came back because it wasn't working. The medication wasn't working, so I went back on the Coumadin. So,
are we done here? Get to the new issue.
Which I'm not on anymore. No,
like, I'm sorry. Like, I sometimes have a pragmatic brain. And the pragmatic brain just steps forward and says, get to the point. Can we please get to the point? Can we get to the point now? Like, stop going all around the block and around the neighborhood. Just get to the point. Get right to it.
People are going to think that's so dumb and risky, because they did like tests in my legs to see like where the
Shut up.
deep vein diabetes. I've had really high blood sugar for a long time, so I've probably had the diabetes for a long time. So I have that type 2. So yeah, those are currently the obesity related illnesses that I have,
which you more than likely caused. There are so many things going on with you that you are at fault. Yet you are not coming on camera and taking accountability and saying, a lot of this stuff is my fault because I'm a great big idiot doing mukbangs on YouTube and trading 100% of my health for a bunch of paychecks that I turn around and I use to feed my addictions. I am the fault of my bad health. I am the cause. No accountability. None. Let's just skate right past that. Let's forget that I am the reason why I am so sick. Let's blame it on the obesity. There's not a single part of your body that controls you, Chantal. I don't see your fupa balls forcing you to go eat poutine, nor any of the pounds hanging off of you. You're the one making the decisions, and you keep making bad decisions and bad choices. And that's why, as an addict, and you are an addict, a serious addict with a serious food addiction, you got to give control to other people because you don't have any. You control people around you to enable you. You find people to enable you to fund your addictions, and you make sure to maintain control of your money so that nobody can tell you no. Like, it's a whole multi-layered system of making the addictions worse and keeping them going, not breaking them down.
Some tests were done. So, and I got diagnosed with that here in Kuwait. I saw a doctor.
Like, look, this is so obvious what she's doing. We're at 10 minutes and 12 seconds. The new issue has not been it's not been discussed yet. You desperate bitch. You didn't have to tell us what your health issue was. That is your personal private business. Nobody needs to know. But discussing the health issue would have been like 5 minutes, but you can't monetize 5 minutes, can you? So you're gonna lump in all of your past issues. All of them. Let's talk about them. I'm gonna bring all those up because I gotta fill up 16 minutes of time. And this new issue really isn't that bad. It's not that serious. Desperation is real, y'all. I'm telling you.
And they, through like urinalysis, they do a urinalysis panel and blood work, found a high level of protein in my urine. So my kidneys, the beginning of having issues with my kidneys, which is common with people with type 2. I was told to drink a lot of water, especially with the medication for diabetes I was taking. And that brings me now to recently.
So it took us almost 11 minutes to get to the issue. Out of a 60-minute video, she's got maybe 5 minutes left.
I've noticed like a very high increase in urination, like just always needing to urinate, like maybe every half an hour, literally, like just having to urinate. And
sounds like a UTI. And that wouldn't surprise me if she has a UTI. With all the sugar she consumes, I mean, that really will tick off your kidneys.
I would have like pain in my side, like in the kidney area, like in my back. And I was feeling like after, like at the end of when I would go to the washroom, it would like, I don't know how to explain, that uncomfortable feeling when you have like a UTI.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a UTI. And guess what? You can either go to the doctor for that or there's over-the-counter stuff for that. So why do we need to know about this health issue again? If you think it's a UTI, why wouldn't you or Salah go to the store and get stuff for a UTI? It's so simple.
And I just felt nauseous a lot, like sick to my stomach. So come to find out, I have a mild, like a kidney infection.
UTI.
Not like severe. So I'm on antibiotics for that now, and Salah picked me up some cranberry like extract that helps with like
UTI.
This issue.
Why do we need to know all this? I mean, UTIs, some people get them, some people don't, but they're not that big of a deal. Certainly not enough you got to make a video about it. You don't feel good, but you don't make a video about it.
At the pharmacy. And I'm trying to drink a lot of water. And
you know what? Everybody take note of this video, because she herself, she decided to make a video telling us basically she's got a kidney infection / UTI. So if you got a UTI, that means nothing sugary, Chantal. Don't eat or drink anything to aggravate your kidneys or your urinary tract. So after this video, you better stay away from the sugar. That's going to be tough for you to do. No sugar. No soda, because soda will aggravate that. Can you stay away from the soda? Can you stay away from the sugary drinks and the juices? Because juices sometimes have just as much sugar, if not more, than a soda. Don't come on here and make this video, and the next video of a mukbang, you've got a Pepsi or a Coke, and you're eating junk food. Because if you do that, that means whatever's going on, it may not be that bad.
I'm so tired from this. Hi, baby
You're
girl.
always tired.
And, I'm just trying to feel better. So I'm resting a lot and, yeah, doing what I can. But sometimes I get really tired like this and sometimes I have more energy.
For any beezers that might wander over here, I'm just going to let you know, this woman is always, always, always tired. You guys can go back through her videos or her lives if you want to. Feel free to do your own research. Every single video she does, every single one, every live, she's always complaining about how tired she is, and yet she does nothing. She goes nowhere. There's no reason for her to be as tired as she is. But she's always saying that, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. And yet she's not fixing her health. She's not concerned about being tired. She's always tired.
It's like, I don't know, it's weird, like when I was in the pool yesterday, I had a lot more energy, but I was still not feeling the greatest. And
you didn't have more energy. You were just excited to put your hands all over Salah and spend time around Salah. That's basically all it was. It's amazing how certain things will motivate her to get off her butt and do something. If there's a promise of food or a man, she will get up and do whatever it takes to get either one.
I'm just drinking a lot of water, try to flush it out. So I really want to try to be super careful what I put into my body. It's critical at this point. I don't want to have kidney damage. I know people who have had uncontrolled type 2 and they were on dialysis. And
okay, Shantal, since you decided to make this video detailing your health issues, here's the ones that I remember and I know about. You've had blood clots in your lungs before, enlarged heart, extreme fatty liver. You told us that your liver was 3 times the size of normal. You've got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. You've got type 2 uncontrolled diabetes. You have extremely high blood sugar. You've got high blood pressure. Every single one of your vital organs is screwed. And that's not counting the excessive weight, which is causing a lot more problems. There could be more stuff going on, but that's the ones I remember right now. And now you're talking about a kidney infection. Do you understand that your body is breaking down? You can't do whatever you want to it. The body can only put up with so much, and it has done its absolute best to put up with all the abuse. You keep dealing to it. You're beating up your body for what? What did it do to you? It's in charge of nothing. It's just simply responding to the things that you decide to do. You are abusing your own body. For what? For what? You keep abusing it. And you're an idiot. Walking around thinking, I can do what I want and my body will just put up with the nonsense. It won't. It won't. And I know you watch my videos. So let me just put some thoughts into your head. Let's make up a scenario which for you could be all too real. Imagine, Shantal, imagine your body finally having had enough of what you do to it. And you have a situation where you're at the apartment alone because we know that Salah isn't there 24/7. What if you have a heart attack? What if you have a stroke? Are you going to have enough strength to pick up the phone, call 911? And since you're in Kuwait, you might have trouble translating because you don't know how to speak Arabic. Who's going to talk to the operator to call an ambulance? Every second is precious in a time like that. How are you going to get help? And if you live in an apartment building, you being over 500 pounds, it's going to take more than just a few people to put you on the stretcher if the ambulance arrives in time. It's going to take at least 3 or 4 people to get you on the stretcher safely, and that's if they have an ambulance big enough. And I've also heard from a paramedic that it's a bit harder to do CPR on someone your size. It's definitely harder. And then finally getting you to the hospital. And then you're going to need more than just a few people to put you on another stretcher. And like I said, every second counts. And if you don't suffer a full stroke or a heart attack, if it's, say, a partial stroke, understand that a partial stroke can have long-lasting permanent damage, like brain damage. I've known a couple of people that had partial strokes. Messed up their memory real bad, where parts of their past and their present were mixed up together. They kept getting constantly confused. Had one friend of mine who wasn't obese. He had a partial stroke and he forgot how to eat. He had to put a feeding tube in his stomach. Messed him up real bad. You could have paralysis in just one part of your body or one side of your body. See, these are the things you're not thinking about. You're not thinking about the aftermath of a medical event that you keep pushing forward. You keep flirting with the Grim Reaper, saying, come get me. One day he might take you up on your offer. Then what's the YouTube channel going to matter? Or the Beezer's going to matter? When it's over, and there's no do-over. Just stuff to think about, Shantal.
And eventually, you know, the person I knew specifically is no longer with us, sadly. And I don't know how much damage is already done to my kidneys, but I don't want to have...
You would know if you went to the doctor. If you went to a doctor and got a checkup, they could tell you where your health is. But you're not going because I think you know you've done a tremendous amount of damage to your body and you don't want to know how bad it is. You don't want to know. You're scared to find out.
A kidney failure. So I'm trying to repair whatever damage is done. And
no, you're not. You're not trying to repair anything. When you sit down and do a mukbang, how are you repairing anything? You're making the situation worse. What exactly are you repairing? There might be damage done inside of you that is permanent. How can you sit there and do mukbangs and cater to those feeders and say, I'm repairing my body? You're not. You're hurting your body.
I'm going to do whatever I have to do on my part to do that, even if it's suffering, like through the discomfort of the change and the, you know, trying to take control of my my eating disorder. And
I will do whatever I have to take control of things. Oh, really? Does that mean the next time you get paid, you're going back home to Canada and checking yourself into inpatient? Because that's what it would take. That would be a positive first step. That would show real change. Staying in an environment where you're being enabled and where you have full access to food with no control, no change is going to happen. You can't heal in the same environment you hurt yourself in if you're surrounded by people that know to keep their mouths shut, because if they try to stop you, you're going to throw a temper tantrum. You can't take control of a situation if you're in an out of control environment and you control the money in the environment. Stop lying to yourself.
And food addiction and stuff like that. So yeah, another kind of bleak video, but I hope that it will have a happy ending and
It won't.
not an abrupt one, and I can just like keep going and doing wonderful things in life. I don't think I've fully lived. I don't feel
You
like
haven't, but you're not interested in life. You gave up on life a long time ago. You did. You're not interested in life. You're not interested in living, Shantal. And that is such a crying shame. Look, Shantal, I don't like you. I have many reasons to not like you. You're an evil bitch. Straight up, you're evil. Not because of the things you do to your own body. That is your choice. But anybody who mistreats animals and neglects animals on purpose and basically has a YouTube channel showing the neglected animals, keeping everybody in suspense, worried for said animals, has to be evil. You have an evil heart. You got an evil soul. You care for nothing and no one but yourself. You have no sense of empathy. You're an evil bitch. Never going to change my mind about that. You proved how evil you were by purposely neglecting your cats. There's a tally of pets that are around you that have been neglected. We're up to what, 5 now? BBJ, Sam, Julia, Harry, Timbit. Timbit wasn't your pet, but Timbit was in the house. And because of you being a complete asshole, Timbit never left that bedroom because you didn't vaccinate your cats so Timbit could wander. Timbit never made it out alive in that house. So we're up to 5. 5 that suffered in your presence. That makes you evil. You decided, I don't want to live. You resigned yourself to whatever fate. You dream about traveling. You could have traveled. Could have had a really good life. You were making good money on YouTube in your heyday. But you decided to feed your impulses and your addictions. And so you did. And now here you are. Burnt out. Don't know what else to do. Ain't karma a bitch?
I have, because I've done some really interesting, fun things in life, but I've always done them with a shadow hovering over. I have to follow up after the antibiotics are done with another urinalysis and blood test and see how the kidneys are doing. But
She don't care.
Inshallah.
Even if she had Dr. Now in front of her, working for free, and Dr. Now gave her the rundown and said, this is what's up, she's not going to listen. She's going to look at Dr. Now and say, you're a hater, you're jealous, and not listen to him, even though he is he's a well-schooled, well-educated man. She's not going to listen to anybody who has anything to say. When they get to the part of, Shantal, you can't eat 3,000 calories in a meal, she'll mentally shut down. It's a sad fact, y'all, but sometimes addicts, they can't swim across the river of addiction and get to the other side. The river swallows them whole. And right now, Shantal, you're a foodie tanic. If anybody remembers that part of the Titanic movie, that one part where the Titanic is straight up and down in the air and just hanging there right before it finally sinks, that's the picture I get of foodie. Like we're at the last part before the final sink. Because she's not pulling everything back together. Addiction is ready to swallow you whole, Shantal. It does not care. Doesn't care if you have a 100K channel. Doesn't care if you have the Beezers. Doesn't care what kind of money you're making. Addiction and death, they are both very unbiased when it comes to who they claim. They claim anybody, anywhere, anytime. And you're in a hurry to meet death via addiction. Don't know why, but you are. You're in a hurry to get to the other side. Who can stop you? You.
This will help it. And, you know, as long as I do my part, and just pray. Do my part and pray. That's all I can do.
Nope, you can do more. You can get your ass back to Canada, check yourself into inpatient, go to therapy, get out of Kuwait. You don't belong there anyway. You're practically squatting. Kuwait is not the place for you. It's not.
So, anyways, guys, thank you for listening to me. I always say that I feel like I have a lot of time, which is why I don't take myself seriously. And now I don't feel like I have a lot of time at all. So
you don't.
To deal with these issues. So things can go, when you have like diabetes like that and you start having chronic health issues because of it, things can go from bad to worse and like that.
You're right. Absolutely right about that. All it takes is one thing, Shantal, one serious medical event, and either your life is altered forever or done. You got a lot of things stacked against you.
So, and that, you know, I know a lot of people tried to warn me about that, and, you know, it's true, you know, it's true. It can get really bad. So anyway, thank you for listening. I always feel a bit better after I talk it out. And, you know,
You're not talking it out, though. You're talking to a camera. You need to go to counseling and therapy and talk it out with somebody who can respond to you and listen to them and not take constructive criticism as somebody hating on you. You take constructive criticism as they hate me. They hate me because of my weight. If you go to a counselor or a therapist, they don't give a fuck about your weight. They don't give a fuck about your YouTube channel. They're just going to tell you what you need to hear. You've been coddled too much all your life to the point where you can't take criticism at all.
I just didn't want to share at the time what was going on. I didn't feel like it. I was kind of just down and not feeling too good.
You know, like this, sorry, all this is bullshit. All of it. This, I'm sharing my problems and I'm getting it off my chest and now I'm going to start to care. We've been here before. That's why we're non-believers. We've been here before. We've heard this before. I'm going to care about my health. Give it a few days or maybe 24 hours. She'll be back to doing mukbangs and not giving a crap about her health. Guarantee that. Because that's where her money's being made right now, is off those feeders. She wants that money more than she wants a life. She's choosing money over life. So let her have it. What will be, will be.
Good. I'm still not feeling too good, but I am going to.
Sure.
I am
Go away.
working on, getting healthy. I haven't.
Now put up or shut up. Share it off the pot. Simple. Put your money where your mouth is, Shantal. Don't talk about it, be about it. It's easy. Your word is worth nothing. It has no value because you make promises and you never deliver on those promises. That's why nobody believes you. Nobody has hope for you. They take everything with you with a grain of salt. You want people to believe in you? Give them something worth believing in. Put some action behind the words.
Been eating anything today, but I woke up late. I don't feel terribly hungry right now. Head hunger, yes. I have that nagging head hunger, but physical hunger, I haven't been feeling well. Like I said, I have some nausea, so.
Don't care. Don't care. Really don't care. Her video is pretty much over. Who cares? Same old shit, different day. And people are getting bored with it, Chantal. They're so bored. I'm bored with it. Bored. So that's it for this react. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. And now I'm going to get on with doing a react to a new face. So I hope you guys like it. But in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and post this with Chantal and I can get on with other stuff. So until the next one, I'll see you guys. And I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.